Hello, class. Nah, I'm just kidding. Trying to get in character here for a wonderful episode of One North Main. I'm your host, Eamon Convey. We're going to take a look at the public school system from our young ones all the way through high school. Tons of great stuff going on. And there's a special guest on this episode. I'm going to give you a hint. He plays for the Patriots, but I'm not going to tell you what his name is. He came to the City of Champions with a huge donation. You guys got to stick around later in the episode to see that one. Let's check out what our public school system is doing here in the City of Champions.
September 6, 2016, the first day of school for Brockton students. Brockton Community Access visited the high school, South Middle School, and Huntington Elementary. The weather may have been foul, but the spirits weren't dampened at Brockton High School. Administrators and students were eager to get the year started.
Good morning, everyone. We are trying to be considerate of all who are still trying to get into the building and navigate their way to period one. So we will hold on doing the pledge and moment of silence until the end of period one.
We had a lot of changes, as you know, a new schedule. We have a 6-period day schedule, which meant we had to change the entire schedule for teachers in terms of how many periods they're teaching, and that means we had to rearrange the way we normally schedule students. So we got it done, and we, of course, there's always those little things that we have to fix, and we know that, and we're anticipating that, and we can take care of that.
First day of school here is a big change, because we're going from a 5 to a 6-period day. We're going to a new ID system. There's a little bit of confusion, but it's organized confusion. The buildings are working hard to get everyone in, and they're off to first period. So it's a lot of change, but it's working. They enter through their own building. So that was part of some of the confusion, because some students didn't know the procedure and which building they were in. So we got that organized. They enter through the side of the building with a new ID. They scan in, which takes attendance. There's no longer a homeroom period, so attendance is taken as they enter the building.
And you're going to tap it right to the light, and that marks them right in at attendance for the day. They're good to go right to first period, all set. Right in, yep, next, day one, delete. Tap it right there, so you see your picture. Once you see your picture, you're good to go. Okay. Tap it right to the light. Excellent.
The faculty are all wearing these shirts today. We'll actually have all the staff with them soon. Our new promotion here, started by our Civic and Social Committee, is Boxer Pride. And I'll let you take a picture of the back to tell you what the pride is.
Students have access to their schedules electronically, which means you probably see them walking around with their cell phones, because they're actually looking at their schedules as they're walking down the hall instead of carrying papers. So it is a change, and I know people fear technology in schools, but we embrace it. It is an instrument that students have access in hand so that they can get to information that they need, and in this case, get to their schedules and reference it as often as they need to. And so we're embracing it as an instructional tool rather than a burden, which is a shift in our thinking and will take us some getting used to. So we have done a lot to get ready for the first day of school. And of course, when the building opens and the students come in, they breathe life into this place, and it's exciting, and the first day is always one of those days where you're nervous, you're excited, and you just want it to go well for everybody. So I'm welcoming everyone back, and welcome to Brockton High, the new Brockton High, the way we do things so differently. It feels new to all of us in a way, so it's an adjustment for everyone, but Boxer Pride, we can do it.
We traveled across town to the Campello area to visit 2 schools. First stop, South Middle. The leader of the South Middle School Dragons is Principal Kevin Cairo. Kevin was recently hired as the new athletic director of Brockton High School. He's doing both jobs temporarily.
All right, time to get back to business. For those who are returning, our 7th and 8th graders, you should know what's expected of you, okay? Know our expectations, our rules. That's not going to change. It won't. It's not going to change. And the other thing, especially for this group right here in front of me, you need to be our leaders and our role models for our new folks coming over in grade 6. So we're counting on...
He seems to be handling it just fine.
I've been juggling for the past couple of weeks, coming in here in the morning, going up to the high school in the afternoon, coming back here, and just budgeting time and just knowing what I need to do ahead of time. I am so fortunate that I have Joe Poffin and Chris O'Lanson to help out here. I know that the building's in good hands when I do have to leave to go to the high school. And also, I'm very fortunate to have Bill Devon and Tom Kenny up at the high school who are helping me out during this whole transition phase. So as far as juggling, something that I'm used to, I have been doing it. I don't foresee this being an issue at all. And actually, it's kind of a breath of fresh air knowing that I'll get to go up at the high school after this, go check in on practices, watch a few games, and interact with some of our former students up at the high school. So no, it's a great way for me to end the day. My wife and I have been reliving this for the past few weeks since I was announced as being the new AD, but when I first got into teaching, I was a teacher, I was a coach. I coached before I came to Brockton. I coached college baseball down in Texas, and I loved it, and I loved everything about it. You've already done probably one of the most important things, is to be on time and be here physically every day. What does it mean to be a dragon? What it means from us, and we've been doing this now, this is our 11th year we've done it, is really to do all the little things. I mean, it's to be a good friend, to be responsible for your actions, to make good choices, to be a good member of our community here and outside the community, and to not forget that you represent not only yourself but your family when you come to school here, and just doing all the little things and making good choices. And that's what we emphasize here, and that's what we strive for, that when our kids do go off, that they've learned all those little life lessons to help them be successful in the workforce, and any other thing that they may do, maybe a sports team or off to college, that we have helped prepare them by just teaching those little things. So, yeah, and we always said, once a dragon, always a dragon, and it's great to see when we have students that come back, like I said in the auditorium, they're juniors and seniors in high school, some of them even in college, just to tell us how much they miss coming to school here and how much it meant. So that says to us that we're doing something right, and we'll continue to do that in the years to come after I'm gone.
Our tour wrapped up by crossing the street and meeting up with the new principal of Huntington.
It's been a wonderful morning so far. We have a lot of familiar faces coming into the Huntington School. All the students dressed in their navy polo shirts and their khaki pants, dressed for success and ready to go for the day. So it's been really nice. We just walked through many of the classrooms. All of the students are ready to go. One of my favorite things here at the Huntington School is we follow a looping model, which means that all students in grades 1 have the same teacher when they go to grade 2. And likewise, when students enter grade 3, they'll have the same teacher in their 4th grade year. So walking around, some of the students were commenting on how they feel so comfortable knowing their teacher, knowing the expectations, knowing who was going to be in their class, and it takes those first day jitters away. So it looks, walking through classroom to classroom, it really looks like it's the 15th day of school, or maybe October. I started my career here at the Huntington School in 4th grade, room 103, as a 4th grade teacher for 8 years. And then under June Saber McGuire's leadership as principal, we redesigned the school to give it the culture, structures, and instructional practices that we have now. So coming out of the classroom to support the work as an expanded learning time school, within the time from leaving the classroom to now, also serving as an assistant principal here at the Huntington, and then last year doing a dual role between the Huntington and the Raymond, which is also now an ELT school. It's really nice to now be in the position to carry out and continue the work of leadership as originally envisioned, and to have been somebody who was part of that redesigned team as a classroom teacher, really walking in the shoes of the teacher then, and now being where I am, I can continue the vision and continue the mission and make sure that our original practices carry through to really bring our school where it needs to go, hopefully to a level 1 in a short time.
One of my favorite stops during One North Main is always the Barrett Russell School. Today, they are part of a national event. Read for the record. They are going to be reading The Bear Ate Your Sandwich. I can't wait. Let's go in and meet Joanne Camillo, the principal of this fine school. And you know what? We might even read to you if you behave.
Good morning, Barrett Russell faculty and students. Today is Thursday. It is October 27th. It is a half day. We have friends from Mrs. Morrow's class today to help us with our morning announcements, and they are
Alina, Ricky, Byron.
Please stand and be respectful for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we will sing the Barrett Russell song. We are Barrett Russell, we are Barrett Russell, superstars, superstars, and we are respectful, and we are responsible, safe and kind, safe and kind. We are the Barrett Russell Rockets, and students can earn a rocket for their class if they are following the classroom rules. So if they're all sitting nicely, following directions, doing the right thing, I can give them a rocket. If they're in the hallway and they're staying quiet and orderly and passing the door, we give them a rocket. If they're in the caf and they're cleaning up and they're listening when it's time to line up, we give them a rocket. So the rocket is really positive. It's positive reinforcement for doing the right thing. And that's for the whole class. If it's an individual, we give them a star ticket. You saw those this morning. Every day we have a drawing and we choose one child from each class who gets a star ticket. Star tickets are given if we see them doing individual acts of respect, responsibility, safety, or kindness. If we see them doing something good, we can give them a ticket. So they get their star tickets, and every day we draw. It's just positive reinforcement. It's called PBIS, and all of our Brockton elementary schools use it. Different schools have different mascots. We're the Rockets.
A star ticket.
How did you earn it?
I was doing peace and quiet in the hallway. The sound talking.
Have you earned a rocket?
Have I earned a rocket? No. Staff are not eligible for rockets, but we have Star Staff of the Month, and we do nominate each other for Star Staff of the Month, but that's a little different.
All right, let me see your listening bodies.
Boys and girls, we have a special story today. Mrs. Morrow's going to read you this book. The title is called The Bear Ate Your Sandwich.
It all started with the bear.
The morning air was warm and bright when the bear stepped out of his den.
He stretched and sniffed.
The scent of ripe berries drifted toward him and led to a wonderful discovery.
What does he see? London.
A truck. The bear curled up in the sunlight and listened to the buzzing of the bees. Before long, he was asleep.
The bear found himself in a new forest. It was nothing like he'd ever seen before. Does this look like a forest to you?
This forest had many great climbing spots. The trees were still itchy here.
There was good bark for scratching, and the mud squished nicely under his feet. Oh my, is he having fun where he is?
Yeah. He waited to make sure no one saw him. Not even the sandwich. Before
It was such a great sandwich. The bear loved it.
But just as he was finishing the sandwich, he heard...
We saw him.
Well, the bear made it home just fine.
I saw it all. I tried to save your sandwich. I was able to save this little bit of lettuce here. The bear dropped it as he ran off, but I couldn't save the rest. I'm sorry to have to tell you about your sandwich this way.
But now you know.
Today we traveled to Brockton High School, and we are now at the Marciano Stadium, where the students of 2017 will be recognized. Today they will take part in the traditional senior photo shoot, where they will spell out the year of their graduation as a whole. Brockton Boxers! Let's make some noise! Class of 2017, I can't hear you! That's what I like to hear! And there you have it, an enthusiastic group of people. Before I introduce to you our main event today, let me educate you on Marciano Stadium, the location where Brockton's greatest legacies left their imprints. Almond Colombo Field. And we are at the Harry Island track. Touchdown, Boxers! Behind me is the Rocky Marciano statue, located at Champion Park, which will be renamed tonight at a special ceremony. Now we are at the John Waldron Snack Shack, where he was a beloved Brocktonian and also a Brockton High School alumni. We love him and we miss him. About 4-year goals today, I remember perfectly clearly. I'm 4'11", so I'm short, and I remember weaving through my way in and out of the crowds to try to get in the front of the photo. In this massive crowd of people, one way or another, I was on camera, and my cell phone, I thought got stolen, but lucky enough, a teacher picked it up for me, put it in his pocket, so it's safe and sound in his pocket as we speak. Bye. Thank you.
Where is it?
Mr. Perkins stole it. Ms. Wolder is getting everything organized with all these thousands of students preparing for this photo.
Work with us, work with us. You can start to look pretty good. Let me hear you say it. Class of what? Say it again. Class of what?
Dancing, we got people singing and cheering and laughing, and what an amazing experience it is to be a part of. It's truly amazing, all this enthusiasm and all this participation the students and the staff put into it.
All right, class of 2017, you are dismissed. Have fun, take pictures. Let's show this community who we really are.
The Raymond School, one of the finest in the district, was recently site for a special event honoring the first principal, John Scanlon.
Welcome to the Raymond School. I look out and there's so many familiar faces, so thank you all for coming. My name is Carol McGrath. I have the honor and the privilege of being the principal here at the Raymond School. This is my 11th year here, and a couple of months ago.
Mrs. Scanlon was the Raymond School. Principal didn't mean ground. It was about creating much more than just a school environment. And granted, it was all about having children learn. I look at all of you, you had a ball together. You were a faculty that enjoyed each other, that socialized together, that cared about families, and Mr. Scanlon was at the head of creating that wonderful culture when you walked in here.
Okay. John Stanley, principal.
Ordinarily, an experienced teacher fits the educational pace to the average boy. What a bunch of rubbish. Here at One North Main, we teach to the best, about the best, for the best, in the City of Champions at all times. And one of the best from the New England Patriots recently came here and gave a huge donation, certainly showing his best. Let's check it out here in the City of Champions.
You hear that? Danny's coming, Danny's coming.
Danny Amendola.
Recognition of creating a reading room at the Edgar B. Davis K-8 school. Your Catch a Book program, Party of Catches for Kids Foundation, has donated 600 books, bookshelves, magazine racks, and chairs for a new reading area here at the Edgar B. Davis School. This will be a valuable asset to the children. Your contributions to efforts in promoting literacy prove that you are a role model both on and off the field. The City of Brockton is honored that you've chosen the K-8 Edgar B. Davis School in our city to make this donation. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this to you as a symbol of our appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you, for everything you've done for the children here, but I think it really sends a message to all of us. So how many out there are still remembering Danny Amendola in the Super Bowl, 2 years ago? Are you excited about that? So again, when we look at our athletes, our sports stars, giving back in such a meaningful way to kids, what you've said to every child out there is that reading matters. And this is something that we start at a very young age. I'm sure growing up, reading was important in your family, and I thank you for passing that along.
How y'all doing? Good. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for having me. Davis Elementary is beautiful. I might say that was the best welcoming I've ever seen in my life. That was a lot of fun. 2, 3. Hey! Hey! Who's your favorite Patriot, by the way?
I had gotten out of a meeting and we were talking about how we could really get kids interested and excited about reading. And then a couple days later I had heard through my Facebook feed about the Amendola Foundation. So I took a chance and I just wrote a letter asking if they could maybe help us out because we really need some help. We have a lot of kids here who could really use some help with reading. And they got back to me so quickly, and then here we are today.
Nice to see you. So, guys, one of the things the mayor gets to do is I get to issue official citations on behalf of the entire city. So, one of the cooler things I get to do, and once in a while when we really want to recognize someone who's done something special to help the city, I issue a citation so that we all recognize what's been done. Be it known that the Mayor of Brockton hereby extends his appreciation to Bethany Johnson in recognition of your efforts to open a reading room here at the Davis K-8 school. Your proactive approach has led to the Catch a Book program as part of the Catches for Kids Foundation, donating 600 books, bookshelves, magazine racks, and chairs for a new reading area here at the Davis School. This will be a valuable asset to all of the children at the Davis. These efforts are indicative of your work ethic and the significant role you've played in hundreds of lives as a teacher for the Brockton Public Schools. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present this citation to you as a symbol of our appreciation, and it's duly signed by me today, and it's my privilege to present it to you.
Curious George, Gymnastics Fun. Today was George's first gymnastics class. His friends Allie and Bill were in the class too. I grew up in a family where, you know, school is very important. Without school, I couldn't play football. I had to make good grades. I had to do all my homework before I went outside and played after school. So my dad was a football coach and a teacher. My mom was a substitute teacher, PE teacher. She was in the school system for a long time. So I got to have that structure, and I know what it takes to get to the next level. And reading is very important. It's something that you use daily. You know, every second, every minute, you know, you're constantly evolving and learning and changing, and this room is something that I hope can help you guys and can take you to the next level. So thank you guys. How are you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, are you
Oh, you did.
We do medals here for being top of the line
Oh,
and
thank
for
you.
victory. So
Thank
I thank
you.
you for that.
Thank
This is
you.
one of
Good
our
job.
very own Davis. And
Oh,
on the
great.
back it says, we all have.
Davis
Boston
Strong.
Davis
I love
Strong.
that.
And this one, which you probably, maybe we'll just keep as a keepsake, but it says, thanks, Danny. All the kids have signed
Oh,
here.
I love it.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
1,100 signatures, Dan.
That's awesome. Hold on. Thank you so much.
Danny, can you hold a little boat underneath you?
Oh, my goodness. I almost forgot to close out the show. Thank you guys so much for watching our education-filled episode. We really sincerely hope that you enjoyed it. Check out our website at bcatv.org. You can also find some of our content online, youtube.com/The Brockton Channels. For everybody at Brockton Community Access in One North Main, I'm Eamon Convey.
Thank you.